Hey, beautiful people, it's Rickita, and this is Credit 101. We are doing episode 22. And with this episode, we're talking about the Experian Automotive. Now, with this, all this is it's just showing, how many people get loans depending on which credit score they have. So if you guys were to look at this report, we're going to check out the website. But if you guys were to look at it, about 20% of people that get auto loans have a credit score over 781. 40% of the people have a credit score between 661 and 780. 20% have a credit score between 601 and 660. About 17% have a credit score between 501 and 600. And about 3% have a credit score below 500. Now, this is a website where you can actually check it out and look at what it is. But a lot of people don't understand that it's a lot of companies that get data from us, and we don't understand what data that they want, what they're going to look for. But this is something for a lot of companies to go ahead and purchase and to look at. So that's why I want to show you guys this, just so that you guys can be aware of the different type of companies that want these type of reports. So here is their website here. So here is their website. So this is the Experian Automotive report. As you can see, they're basically going to be marketing to dealers, auto loan lenders. So this is what people in those type of industries are going to look at. They want to know vehicle history, vehicle market statistics, also credit services. So this is just another website, like I said, that companies are looking at. You can see a few articles. So if you guys are in this market, or if you're having problems, maybe you want to find out, is there anything that's on these special reports that could be stopping you from getting a certain type of loan. So definitely go ahead and check out that website. This is episode 23. In this episode, we're going to talk about how you can get your credit score for free and when you are able to get your credit scores for free. Now, we talked a lot about other places where you can go and just get it for free on like Aura, Identity IQ, and places like that. With this one, I want to show you like in what instances can creditors have to get your credit reports and your credit scores for free. So if you guys apply for a residential mortgage, they're required to tell you what your credit scores are. So if you apply for a mortgage, if they pull your credit and they're using that to determine if they're going to give you a mortgage or not, they have to tell you what your credit score is. So that's the free way you can get your credit score. Another thing too, if a creditor take adverse action against you, like if they was to refuse to give you an increase, or if they don't give you the credit limit that you thought that you were going to get, they have to tell you what credit score you had. And a lot of times, like if you apply for credit cards, you're going to get a letter in the mail, or maybe sometimes they'll show you, or they'll email it to you, like Capital One, sometimes they email it to you. They'll say, hey, this is your credit score, and this is the bureau that we got it from, and this is the range also. And they tell you can get a copy of your credit reports for free just because they denied you. So definitely check that out. If a creditor raise your interest rate, that is a reason why they'll have to give you a copy of your credit score. They'll have to tell you what credit score you have, which will let you determine, should you even continue to be with that company, or they'll tell you, hey, we raised your credit score because we raised your interest rate because you had a lower credit score. So keep that in mind. They have to give you your credit score when they do these different things. Now, some states require that creditors disclose your credit score, and I kind of told you that when I talked about Capital One. They have to tell you what your credit score is. If they get your credit report to your credit score and they use that to factor it in for any reason, they have to tell you what score they got for you. They have to tell you, okay, this is the score that we got for you, and now we're going to do this, this, and that. So keep that in mind. Now, beware of the credit trials. I know I talked earlier, one of the earlier episodes, we talked about getting your credit scores and credit reports for free. Beware of these credit trials, especially if they have like you can get $1 for 7 days. So Identity IQ. If you don't want to purchase or continue to pay for Identity IQ, you want to make sure you cancel it before that trial is over with. Because if you don't, they're going to charge you $21.99 if you're using my special link, or if you go directly to the website, they're going to charge you $29.99, and that's not what a lot of people want if they want to cancel it in the first place. So keep that in mind, but that's how you get your credit scores for free. Don't forget, you can always go on Credit Karma and look at your credit scores too. This is episode 24 of Credit 101. My name is Rickita. We're going to talk about should you ever pay for your credit score and when you should pay for it. Some people just think that they need to know what their credit score is at all time. And if you need to know what your credit score is and you just want to know like a roundabout number, just check Credit Karma because it's free. But there are some instances where you'll need to really know like what's your FICO score. In those instances is if you're repairing your credit, you kind of need to know what your credit score is, because you need to know if your credit score is going up or down. Now, usually if you guys are repairing your credit, you want to see your credit score go up, but you need to know exactly what you're doing. Okay, so say if you were to say, you know what, I need to pay off my debt, you need to know if you are paying down those credit cards, how much your credit scores is going up. You need to know these different things. So if you're repairing your credit, you definitely need to know what your credit scores is, and you also need a copy of your credit reports. Also, if you're thinking about applying for certain credit cards or applying for credit in general, such you want to get a mortgage, you want to get a house, you want to get a car, then you really need to know what your credit score is. I don't want you guys to just go ahead and apply for these different things without knowing what your credit score is. So at that time, you might want to pay for your credit scores, because Credit Karma can give you your TransUnion and your Equifax credit score, but it's not going to give you your Experian credit score. So you may need to pay for your credit score, pay for your credit reports to know what's on your Experian credit score. Some people also get the Experian app. They can get your credit score. So you could compare your credit scores using all three of those and determine if you want to just go ahead and apply for whatever loan it is. But sometimes you want to just pay for all three credit scores, all three credit reports. Now, I want you guys to look for free websites. I told you guys about Identity IQ, where you can get the free 7-day trial. It's not technically free. You're paying $1 for a 7-day trial. So definitely check that out. I should have that link down in the description. Also, I told you guys about Aura. They had a 14-day trial. Just do Aura/Rickita. You can get the 14-day trial there to look at your credit score. Plus, they have fraud protection. And then Credit Karma. I told you guys about that. Now, again, those free trials may help you guys out a lot, because you can see what's on your credit score, your credit reports. If you ever have any questions, call or text me 833-Rickita. I'll be happy to help you. Welcome to episode 25 of Credit 101. My name is Rickita. So I want to talk to you guys about getting free monitoring for military service members. So if you guys are in the military, you active duty, then definitely listen up, because I want to teach you guys how you can get the free credit monitoring. So the FCRA requires that all three credit bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, actually offer this to you guys for free. Now, you have to make sure that you're an active duty military service member to be able to get this. If you're not, then you're not able to get it. But there is an exception. If you guys are in the National Guard, then you're able to get a copy of your credit reports and scores. And not only do you get this, you're also going to get notifications. So say if you do have something going on your credit, they'll be able to notify you about these different things. So this includes notifications. So keep that in mind. Also, you can place a freeze on your credit reports. Everybody can technically place a freeze on your credit reports, but this is something I'm just telling you guys about. So if you're not in the military, you're just watching this because you want to learn, everybody can place a freeze. You can call the credit bureaus and tell them to place a freeze. Experian, through the app, you can place a freeze right there, then and there. I told you guys about Aura. You can place a freeze on Experian right then and there. Equifax online, TransUnion online, you can place freeze. But make sure you guys, if you're out and about, you're not here, you're basically on duty or you're doing something, make sure you guys place a freeze, because you do not want to have any fraud. And then also, if you guys want to avoid extra fraud, make sure you let them know. You can put comments on there and say, hey, I'm on active duty, I'm not applying for credit. That way that they'll see that they're not going to extend credit. You can always take this off, but you want to make sure you put an active duty alert on there, especially if you're not applying for anything, just to make sure that you're not getting anything. Now, you want to make sure that you continue to review your credit reports, because if anything come up, you want to be able to see it right away. You want to avoid fraud. Sometimes you may see, oh, wait, I got a new credit card, I didn't apply for this. You can stop it right then and there instead of not looking, and in 2 years you find out that you got a credit card, they maxed it out, they didn't pay it, and now it's a collection. So you got to charge off and collection. So make sure you guys check these different things out. Hey, welcome to episode 26 of Credit 101. My name is Rickita. We're going to go over the free FICO credit score estimator. Now, this is free. All you have to do is go to my FICO's website. Here it is right here. And then you can be able to use this estimator to estimate what your credit score is. Now, here is the estimator. Let's go ahead and fill out some of this information to see like what's the estimate of what your credit score is. So let's actually just use me as an example. I have more than 5 credit cards. How long did you have a first card for? Output 5 to 8 years. How long ago did you get your first loan? My first loan was technically a student loan. So let's do 10 to 15. How many loans or credit cards have you applied for in the last year? Let's not lie too much. 6 or more. How recently have you applied for a new loan or credit card? More than 6 months ago? How many of these currently have a balance 0 to 4? Besides any mortgage loans, what is the total balances on all loans on your credit cards? What is the balances on all other loans? It's besides a mortgage. Technically, I got a car loan, so let's put 20. Um, where did you last miss a payment? I never missed a payment. How many of your loans are credit cards? Past due? None. What percentage of the total limit? See, you guys, a utilization. So let's do 0 to 9. In the past last 10 years, have you experienced bankruptcy? No. Okay, so this is their simulator. So again, start over and look at a few things. They want to know how many credit cards you have. If you have credit cards, they're reporting that's good. How long ago did you get your first credit card? That's your age, your history. So they want you to have old credit cards. How long ago did you get your first loan? Do you have old loans on your credit reports? How many loans do you have or credit cards have you applied for in the last year? They want to know inquiries, and then they want to know if you messed up your age. So that's where that 6, that one I have to put the 6 on there. So how recently have you opened a new loan? Because if it's newer, remember, it's going to hit your credit. Your credit score needs to bounce back. So more than 6 months means your credit score probably bounced back. How many of your loans have a balance? Because remember, they want to know your utilization, your balances. Besides your mortgage, what's your total balances? I have an auto loan, so I have to put 20,000. Have you missed any payments? Don't have any late payments, you guys, because it's hurting you. I never missed a payment. How many loans are currently past due? None. You shouldn't have any of your accounts past due. Make sure you pay at least the minimum balance, but it's best to make sure you do this section here because this must be the best one. You don't want to be 100% or higher. You want to be right here, 0 to 9%. But remember, I said that it was this last time they had me at 7 something. Let's see if I put 100. What would they say? In the last 10 years, have you ever experienced bankruptcy? Let's say yes. See what they. How long ago was your most recent negative? Okay, they didn't say this. Let's say it was over 3 years ago. See, look, having that bankruptcy and having that high utilization really brought down that credit score. So that's something that you guys can use. You can see like the different changes that I went through from just putting the information in there the first time, compared to the second time. But definitely check that out, you guys. There's the website. I'll see you guys in episode 27. And in episode 27, we're going to talk about the different things that affect your credit, the different factors that affect your credit. I'll see you guys there.